Hiya, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Today is a totally planned video, but it's also a completely unplanned video. I was making something for a different video that I've got coming up in a couple of weeks, and I had a tiny bit of silicone left and I didn't want to waste it. So I decided to take a leaf out of Claire's book from Claire's Crafty Corner, and I poured the little bit of silicone that I had left onto these. These are stamps that you can buy anywhere on Amazon really. I will put the link for them in my Amazon storefront. There's about 4 or 5 of them in the set. So I poured the tiny bit of silicone that I had left onto these. Now I didn't film that because it wasn't planning to make a video of it. But as I started seeing what they were coming out with, I thought I've got to make a video on these. I absolutely love them. So I've made a video on these little silicone things. You won't see me pouring silicone because, as I said, I didn't film it. Anyway, that's the unplanned part. The planned part is that this is the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Now, I said last week that I would put up a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and when I found out recently, the last couple of days, that Royal Mail, our postal service, is not sending abroad, I very nearly cancelled it. But I didn't want to let you guys down because I'd already said it last week. So what I've decided to do is to carry on with the giveaway, and it is open to anywhere in the world. However, if you do live outside of the UK, then you may have to wait for your item to arrive. I will send it, but I have no idea when we'll be able to send abroad. So you'll have to wait, I'm afraid, but you're quite able, and you might even win it. I might have to send all of them to Australia like I usually do for some reason. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the little inlays that I've done. This is all Claire's inspiration. Believe me, she is amazing. Check out her channel. I will put her link in the description box below. This giveaway is not affiliated with YouTube in any shape or form. There will be details throughout the video of how to join in with the giveaway. I have 4 items that I'm going to be giving away. So yeah, let's hope that we get 4 winners. And they're probably, like I said, all across the world, but you will get your items. You just have to wait for them. Anyway, let's see how I get on with these little inlays. So although I didn't film the silicone when I poured it onto these little stamps, by the time I realised that I'm going to really like these, I did film taking off the silicone from the little stamps. I wanted to show you what I could see because I thought they were absolutely stunning. They're tiny, absolutely tiny, and extremely thin. But look at the detail that silicone has picked up. It is Let's Resin silicone, and the link for that will be in the description box below. I do have a 10% discount code for Let's Resin, and it will all be listed in the description box below. And that little paw is adorable. At this point, it's hands down my favourite. So what I decided to do was coat them in Intense Chameleon powder by Let's Resin. I chose 4 different colours. And this one is one I thought will be appropriate for a dog actually, because it's kind of brown. It's called Fairy Garden, so it's got a little bit of a green tint to it, but it's kind of brown and green, which is basically a garden anyway, isn't it? So using a soft paintbrush, I'm just making sure the whole top side is covered in pigment. The next one I'm using Deep Blue. Now this is a pigment that is kind of got a purpley tint to it, and I love purple. You know I love purple. So I decided to do the flower one in this colour, and making sure on this one that I go around the outside edge as well. Because the outside edge is detailed, I wanted to make sure it had the pigment on it as well. But you really don't want to get pigment on the bottom, and I'll show you why later. The next colour I'm using is Galaxy. Galaxy is one of Claire's favourite colours, and it is stunning. I do love it. It's very purpley but grey and silver at the same time. Absolutely gorgeous. So I thought the style just had to be the Galaxy one. Again, making sure I've gone right the way around the outside edge on this one. Isn't that gorgeous little silicone inlay? And the last one I'm doing is dark magenta. Beautiful pinky purple, this one, absolutely stunning. Now I couldn't quite make out whether this is meant to be a clock, but I think it's kind of a steampunky type thing. Isn't it gorgeous? Definitely steampunk, with numbers and things. So once I've got my silicone inlays coated with mica, then I'm going to be putting them into a mould. This is a Mould and Shapes mould. Now I didn't buy it, I was gifted it, and I've never used it before, but I think it's really sweet. And these little inlays fit exactly where I want them to in this mould. And this is why you need to keep the back of your inlays clean, because you need the silicone to touch the silicone and not lift away from it. It needs to be completely kind of stuck to the mould. So I've got out some gold flakes, and I'm going to randomly put some gold flakes on the outside edge of these little hearts and a medallion mould. I just want it random. I don't want it completely covered in the gold leaf. I'm using again a soft brush to smooth it out, to push it down, to make sure it's stuck to the silicone mould. And as gold leaf tends to go everywhere, I'm going to take some bits off because I only want a tiny bit. It did take me a little time. But now I've got some rolled up sticky tape, and I'm going to take off some bits where I don't want them to be. I want it to be kind of crackled and random. Again, this is inspired by Claire's video. If you haven't seen Claire's channel, then please do follow the link in the description box below and go check out Claire, she's amazing. And I give the mould a quick clean up as well, quite easy with tape. So now it's time to resin, and I'm going to use Vista Black pigment. It's a solid black pigment, and I'm going to use Let's Resin resin. I do love Let's Resin resin. I know I have a discount code for them, but if you haven't seen the video of when I first tried Let's Resin resin, then I'll link it in the top right hand corner. It's amazing resin, in my opinion. I'm just filling these moulds up with black. That's it. It's quite simple. Chameleon powders work better with black behind. I could have done red, as they're hearts, they could have been red, but I decided that I wanted them black. I'm using a micro brush to go around the outside and the little opening holes, just to get rid of any trapped air that can get stuck, or usually does get stuck, in 90-degree angles. And I'm filling up the moulds and then giving them a squirt with isopropyl alcohol and using a cotton bud just to clean up my mess. Let's talk about the giveaway for just 1 second. This giveaway is not affiliated with YouTube or any other company. It is my own thing. And there is no cash alternative either. The winners will be picked at random with a random comment generator on Sunday the 12th of February 2023. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is to type in the comments section the word keys. And as long as you're subscribed to my channel, you have a chance to win one of them. The next day it's time to demold. It was quite cold here. I had them on the heat mat and they were cured really within a few hours, but I left them till the following day after work, and I was so excited I couldn't wait to get the inlays out. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I've never done inlays before. Why not? These are beautiful. Claire, why haven't I done these before? Absolutely gorgeous. There is a little bit of spillage on that one. It's gone underneath the silicone inlay, but we can get rid of that. It's no problem. These are darling. I'm in love with them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And the colours are so vibrant. So gorgeous. But I'm not going to stop there. I want to keep going. So once I've got rid of all the overspill that went round the underside of the inlays, then I tidied up the backs with the burr tool, which is very handy, and it is great for going around the inside of the circles. Very simple. So once I'm happy with the back of these pieces, I get out the UV resin, and I use Let's Resin UV resin most of the time. It's a crystal clear resin that cures quite quickly and has a really tough finish. So what I'm doing is I'm using a paintbrush to fill in the detail where the inlay was. What I'd really like to do is to build it up in the dome. So I've done one layer and I'm putting it under the UV lamp. It's not thick enough, so I'm going to do another layer. Now, as I'm doing this layer, I do try to dome it, but for some reason the edges just would not work. I got out a different tool and I'm trying to dome it with a different tool and it went over the edge, so I decided enough is enough, just UV resin the whole of the front of it. Just wasn't working for me. You can put UV resin on the top of 2-part epoxy resin. With these inlays, there is a lip, and that lip inside the inlaid area is going to hold that UV resin in. And I'm not using it as glue, and I'm not using it to hold back any liquid. It is literally just sitting on there and it's happy. So don't think you can't use UV resin and 2-part epoxy resin together. So once I'd cured it the second time, I was happy, and I love the way the inlay worked. It looks 3D, the colour is amazing, and the shine on that UV resin is absolutely spotless. With the flower, I did manage to dome it just slightly, so I didn't go over the front at all. I just used the UV resin in the flower inlay area. So with the other circular inlay area with the star, I decided to try something that I thought of while I was half asleep, I think. And I thought it would be really cool to put a glass cabochon in the area. Now, I didn't have one the right size, unfortunately, and I didn't even have one smaller. So this piece was made with UV resin in a cabochon mould. It's still not the right size, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I've put some UV resin in the area. I've put the made UV resin cabochon on top, and I'm going to cure it. I was trying to get it centred as possible, but it is difficult when you're working in front of the camera and you can't put your head over it to see whether it's centred or not. Now with the paw print, I wanted to do something very slightly different and put some sparklies in the pads. I thought it would be really cute to have sparklies in there. So I'm putting a little bit of UV resin in the pad area, and I'm going to put a sparkly in each of the pads to add a little bit more to it. But I'm not going to UV resin the whole lot. I'm going to try and look as if the pads are raised. So yeah, just going to dome the little pads. So don't forget to enter the competition. You need to put the chosen word in the comment section below. I will be drawing the winners, the 4 winners, with a random comment generator on the Sunday evening. I'll announce it on the Monday in a short video. So good luck to everybody. Now we shall see what they came out like. Well, what can I say? I'm head over heels in love with these pieces, and I'm so happy to be giving them away as gifts for my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I absolutely love them. Thanks to Claire for giving me the inspiration for this piece. I would never have tried this if it weren't for you. I love using UV resin and 2-part epoxy resin together, and I think the doming of that star is just gorgeous. It's a shame I didn't have a glass cabochon the same size as the opening, but you know, you can't win them all, can you? Each piece is totally different to the other. They've all got their own little special bits to them. I love the black and the gold together. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The key rings I had with the fluffy baubles, and I thought they just fit so well together. So there's 4 giveaway pieces there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've got something out of it. I hope you've got maybe some inspiration for me as well. I'll be back on Monday with the results of the giveaway. And as I've said before, if you're not in the UK, it might take quite a while for it to arrive to you, but it will come eventually. Thanks so much for watching this video. Have a great week, happy crafting, and bye for now.